Hello everybody, this is Dusty Circuit here, and this is just more of a continuation of my previous video where I'm talking about my my current experiences with my computer that I talked about in a past video, which was made a few months after I had built it in May of 2020. But this video is an update on my experiences to the present day of just owning it. But I also meant to talk about my peripherals and the rest of my computer desk, like my computer setup. But that video ended up, I ended up rambling on a bit in that previous video about some kind of technical problems and also kind of some concerns of mine about the future reliability of the computer. But in this video I'm going to talk about my peripherals. And for one thing that has changed since I've made the previous video anyway is my monitors. I've as part of kind of the original plan, like when I first got the stimulus money, one thing I've decided to put some of it towards is a new monitor. And well, mostly because I've been have had two monitors set up for quite a few years now, and well, at least for streaming, if nothing else, having a third monitor would be even more handy because of I'd be able to view my chat, my game. I'd have my game on one screen, my chat on another, and my OBS screen on another. But when I bought this monitor, I've decided to kind of also, I don't know if future-proof would be the word, but since basically I've decided to go for a 1080p like 100 hertz or high refresh rate monitor. And the reason I've done this as opposed to going with a 1440p monitor is given how old my graphics card is, I'm not going to be running most of my be able to run most of my games in 1440p and still get playable frame rates. And even though a game like Minecraft probably would be fine running in 1440p, I didn't want to have some of my games be in 1440p and some of my games be in 1080p. And also, since I tend to play high frame rates in a lot of games, especially Minecraft, I kind of decided to go for the higher refresh rate just to at least kind of improve smoothness in that regard. And even if I can't achieve 100 65 FPS in most of my games. It'll the variable refresh rate technology will at least adapt to the lower frame rate that I am able to achieve. And I specifically also opted for a FreeSync capable monitor because of my AMD graphics card and to ensure compatibility in that regard. But initially, I had purchased a Viotech monitor just because I wasn't really like I was this is my very first gaming monitor I've ever bought, and I guess I could have done a bit more research, but at the time I had the kind of the mentality that, well, if given like that I've all my life I've just been using like really much older monitors. Pretty much any modern monitor is going to be a step up from what I currently have. And that monitor actually was, but unfortunately, uh, let's just say I was well basically, well, for one thing, I just have just been lazy about cleaning up my room, and well, let's just say one day I was trying to move a chair into my room, and I think I had to move it over a few things on my floor, and well, let's just say the chair fell over, and that monitor was right in the way, and and basically that thing got smashed, unfortunately. And but at least I was able to using another. So I got two stimulus checks. I think one was uh $1,200, another one was for $600. But with the second check, I actually was able to buy a replacement monitor, which is the monitor that I'm using today, and well, which is an AOC monitor. And but by the way, both of them were 24-inch and 1080p, and the previous one was 144 hertz. This one is 165 hertz. And both had FreeSync technology. And both that monitor and my current monitor I've connected with DisplayPort, as that seems to be the cable of choice for gaming monitors. Or if all you have is HDMI, that's fine. But from what I've heard, the DisplayPort kind of supports more of the gaming monitor technology. And also in my experience, I get a better picture with a DisplayPort, so that's what I'm going to be using. And the only kind of the only issue that I can really speak of with this monitor is whenever my computer would go to sleep, or really the displays would turn off after I'm not using it for so long. Whenever I'd wake the computer up, the well, for one thing, it's like whenever the displays wake up, if I have Discord on one screen and my web browser on another screen, when it wakes up, it doesn't remember that. It puts all my applications on one screen or the other screen. And also whenever it wakes up, I get an error from AMD Radeon software about I don't remember exactly what it was, but it's like something about a link failure whenever the displays would wake up. And so in order to kind of resolve that, I've turned off all the power saving stuff. I've turned off the feature where the monitors will turn off automatically. They will just stay on continuously. And at night when I go to bed, I just turn off my monitors manually anyway. So that's just really the only way I've figured out how to. That's really the only workaround I could come up with. And well, if it works, it works. So I forgot to mention that one of my monitors actually died. I don't know if I have any pictures of this or of that monitor, but it was one of my widescreen. It was the widescreen monitor I had before. That was the monitor that was my main monitor before my current monitor. And I noticed one day the screens started to kind of get a bit dim, kind of like in one corner, like the brightness was starting to be uneven. And then I noticed the picture started to flicker. And then one day it just outright stopped working altogether. And I set it aside for about a month and a half, I think, and then I decided to try using it again, and then it worked fine for a couple of days, and then the picture went out again, and then I tried to turn it on again, and I heard what sounded like a hissing sound, probably somewhat like electrical arcing, and then I smelled like a slight burning smell from the monitor. So I guess that thing's toast. And though it has lasted me Well, I've used that monitor since I have been using that monitor since I joined the previous Minecraft community before Skade, and that thing's lasted me several years, and and even then, when I first got it, it wasn't new, so I guess I can't really complain that much, but it's sad that it died. And though the next kind of new thing about my setup would be my keyboard. And well, if you've seen already by the picture that I put in this video, I have a pretty high-end keyboard now. And previously I've had a Corsair K55, which was really a membrane keyboard that's believe was made to feel sort of like a mechanical keyboard. And it had RGB lighting, but only but it only had 3 different zones of the keyboard that could be different colors. But really, for the most part, I just left it in a color like a rainbow kind of cycling mode, where it just would kind of fade from red to orange to yellow, through the whole color spectrum, and it just would repeat that over again. But my friend Lucario actually recommended that, given that I had some money to spend still, even after the monitor purchase, uh, he had recommended that I go for, I believe it was either the Corsair K100, which is the keyboard that I have, that I'm using right now, or there was one other, I think it was another Corsair keyboard or probably another brand, I don't remember. But he recommended me go for the K100 because it being it's a new product for one thing. Well, for one thing, it's a new product. And another thing, uh, it's well, I believe it was between the K100 and the K95. But I believe I mentioned to him that I wanted to purchase a mechanical keyboard because it's just something I kind of wanted to give a try. He said I've been given he said I've never. It's just ever since I've kind of gotten into the PC gaming circle, I've always wanted to like try using a mechanical keyboard, and I'm kind of happy I actually had done this because it's really, well, typing on this keyboard is kind of because the it's so it's because the keys actually were a bit more sensitive than I was used to. As this keyboard comes with Cherry MX speed switches, and with the K100 there's really only 2 choices, either the Cherry MX speed or Corsair's own optical switches, which actually are even more sensitive, but also come with the benefit of longer lifespan. But I ended up going with the Cherry MX Speed because I think I just kind of had the mindset that I didn't want to I wanted the keyboard to still feel reasonable, just for typing, but also I guess because I kind of wanted a compromise between a gaming keyboard and just a general typing keyboard. And because even with the Cherry MX speed switches, basically they have a slightly shorter travel than Cherry MX Red, and they're both linear switches. And I actually did buy one of those key switch testers that's basically like an arrangement of different mechanical key switches, so you can uh, see what all they feel like. And uh, although you can't tell how they are to type with, you can only tell how they feel. And I think I ended up settling for linear switches. And well, I think I wouldn't have minded going for tactile switches, but and also just feel-wise, I also wouldn't have minded the extra clicky switches, but I didn't really want to, well, considering that I record YouTube videos and uh, I chat on Discord, I wasn't really, I don't think I would really be super fond of having a noisy keyboard. Like, I want it to be reasonably silent. So I don't think I would have minded to go for tactile switches, but with the Corsair 100, the K100 from Corsair only offered two options, and I ended up going for the Cherry MX Speed, and I think price probably also was a factor, really only because I was at the end, kind of near the end of my stimulus check money, and I think it was I don't think I would have had enough money to be able to buy the optical switches, but I did have, but I could afford the Cherry MX Speed. And I guess I'll just, but I bet it'll still hold up easily for 5 years, even under my usage, or at least I hope it does. And from what I hear, that the Cherry MX switches are still pretty durable. And but as for kind of using the keyboard, like I've kind of gotten used to it. I'd say it took me probably a few months to actually get used to typing on it. But as far as the feel of it and the responsiveness, I have no problems with it at all. And also, like, I'm also not really using many of the more advanced features of the keyboard, but I yeah, but I really like how it feels, and also, I mean, and I'm also finding in my videos some of the typing sounds are kind of going through, but it's not too terribly loud. Like it's just very faint. And I'm quite pleased with this keyboard. And it's probably the most expensive keyboard I've owned thus far. And if you're wondering, I believe at the time I had bought it, it was a little over $200. And though it is Corsair's most like the well, from what I'm able to find, it is Corsair's most like their. It's basically it's one of it's what's basically what amounts to like one of their flagship products. And I guess it and it definitely feels every bit of that. And yeah. And well, the next thing like I'll talk about would be my mouse. And for the actually for a couple of years, well, kind of as my first foray into gaming peripherals, uh, I've I ended up getting this is a long time ago, but I think this was when I still had my, like, that really old computer I had before my first, computer I built. I actually had got, I actually had, I, I actually went to Micro Center and I actually picked this keyboard out. And it was a Core Master Devastator 2, which is like it's a keyboard and a mouse that come that you that like it's a combo. And uh base and it is it does have backlighting, but it's only one color. I think it comes in red, green, or blue, and it's just there's separate versions for of like each color, but it's only like monochromatic. And I got the blue version, and that actually that was not a bad keyboard at all. But my only really complaint with it was kind of hard to see the like the lettering and the numbers on the keys. And and it's like they're only really visible with the backlight on. And but then my next keyboard well, I'm talking about mice. So my next mouse from what came with that keyboard, which is of course a Corsair Harpoon. And I think I used that until the switches wore out, and then I replaced that one with the Harpoon Pro. And I used that until the switches wore out. And those were really great mice, but it seemed like under my usage the mouse switches in them would only last for a year or two before I'd get like if I make it or if I click I would double click or multiple click. and for a while and even in game and even in game, like, it got bad enough that even in Minecraft that was affecting my playing experience. But after my second one of those mice, based on like information that Alyssa actually had posted about in the technical channels when I was kind of complaining about that problem I was having with my mice. I've actually decided I actually went for a Razer Basilisk V2. I believe that's the model. Um, though really the main selling point of that is the optical switches, which really I decided to go for uh more just out of wanting a reliable mouse more than anything else. And while Like had I have gone for like Logitech, like they have a decent gaming mouse. Like I believe it's the G502. And I think Corsair also has a few. And like I guess if had I have gone with those, I could probably like the reliability probably wouldn't be as much of a problem. But just kind of just one of those things is just given that I have had two uh just given that experience with those two Corsair mice, I just kind of it just having to buy a new mouse every 2 years, kind of. I didn't want to have to buy a new mouse every 2 years. I want my peripherals, my computer peripherals to last for a long time. It's because I've used uh like a mouse and keyboard that came with our older computers, and those have been just those have been so reliable. Like it's just I probably use those uh I probably well use those peripherals for easily for several years, and I've never had any issues. And I kind of want gaming peripherals to uh that similar longevity to them, and kind of for that reason I just decided to step up a little bit when buying this next mouse. And so far it's been holding up well. I probably had the mouse close to about a year or so, and it's really at least so far it seems to be it feels just as good now as it was when it was brand new. But if I have any problems, you're probably going to hear about them in a future video. I want to end this video soon, but before that, I want to talk about my headset. And headsets and again headphones in general, I seem to be going through I've gone through so many headphones. Like probably like this is probably my like no joke, this is what I have right now is probably my sixth or seventh pair of headphones in that are in my life. And I don't just use this headset just for recording videos or for video editing or uh, Discord chatting. Whenever I'm on my computer, period, I'm wearing the headset. And I'm probably on my computer like at least 8 hours a day, if not more than that. And so I guess needless to say, I'm guessing the amount of use I put on headphones puts wear and tear on them pretty quickly. And really, for the most part, I've just bought cheaper headphones. Like I think first, I actually had a couple of Sage gaming headsets, and I think like one time I had a really cheap I believe it was Plantronics. Like I think I just needed it. I think one time I believe it was one of my Sage headsets kind of broke. Or what happened was the one of the channels, like I think the left side or the right side would cut out. And I needed a headset, so I just kind of bought like one of the cheapest options that would give me what I needed. And but then I think after that I had a Corsair HS50, and that I think lasted about a year or two, but then the ear pads started to deteriorate. And then I think I replaced that headset with the headset I have right now, which is a HyperX Cloud Alpha. And really the selling point of this headset for me is that the ear pads can be changed. And I think right now I have changed the ear pads once already. And I think actually I'm pretty soon I'm gonna take them off again to clean them, but the thing is, I also just recently I have purchased another set of ear pads for it, but well, just because these ones they're really I've been wearing my headphones so much that like they smell really bad now, and kind of they are also this set of ear pads actually I am noticing some signs of deterioration now, but for the most part they are still comfortable. But I proactively decided to buy another set of ear pads to replace it, but I'm having difficulty getting them on. I'm guessing these ones are just a little bit smaller, and at least by enough that that's making them a pain to get on. So I guess so for now I've just decided to put the old ones back on and just kind of save that for a project for another day. But really I guess that's about it for about my setup and my peripherals. And as for what I'd like to get in the future is I really would like to get a external microphone, because when I make videos with my headset, like when I'm editing them, I notice that it's really kind of difficult for me to get my mic audio level set so that it picks up my voice sufficiently enough while not picking up some of the sound from my headphones. It seems to be really a really delicate balance. So for the most part, I've erred on a bit too quiet, or a bit too low with the volume, and just in editing I increase the volume and remove the background noise. But I'm really kind of hoping that like an external microphone would eliminate that problem, and I'll be able to dial in my audio just right, and will possibly even eliminate the need for audio editing. basically, I would, when I edit my videos, I would remove the background noise, and I'd also adjust, like if there's any moments where I speak really loud and I'm like quiet for the rest of the video, I kind of level that out. So that like if when I boost the audio, I'm not like making the loud parts of the audio clip. Well, anyway, I feel like I've been rambling long enough, so I would like to end this video here. So thank you for watching. This has been me, Dusty Circuit here. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And be sure to hit the notification bell if you want to uh, if you want to catch my latest content. Peace out.